Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. Another brand new and beautiful day. I have a hamster on my shoulder, little Gojira. I woke her up. I was a meanie. She was sleeping, and I woke her up because I'm cruel and vicious, and I love hamsters, and I like to show them off, and I like to play with them. Not a ton, because I like to also let them live their little lives, but when I want to pick them up, I want to pick them up. So I woke her up, and here she is, and she's a sweetheart. So I'm going to put her back in her cage and then let her go back to sleep, because she is a sweetie, and I did wake her up, so that was cool. I have two major things I want to talk about today. Not sure which one I'm going to talk about first, so let's go with the previous night. I did not have a good sleep night, even though my legs were doing well. My gut hurt so much, it was horrible. Didn't sleep. Last night, I did not go walkies. It was wet, raining periodically. It was cold, and I was freezing. Even putting on my flannel long sleeve shirt, I was cold. And so I actually turned on the space heater and had it right next to my chair to keep me warm. I mean, that's the first time in a long time. I mean, I keep it at 65 at night for the hamsters while I'm sleeping, but during the daytime, you know, it's off because it's warm now. I mean, I'm wearing just one shirt, so. But I was freezing, and so I listened to my body, which I do periodically. Like if I'm out walking and I start to stumble and I can't catch myself, and I'm gonna like face plant on the road, I know I'm not going to be able to consciously make decisions quick enough to help myself. And I've always, when I have tripped and started to jackknife and then like been holding bags in my hand so can't catch myself, I've just let my body take over. Just when it's yours. And usually when that happens, in fact every single time so far, except when I've fallen on ice, but when I'm talking about like when my feet catch on something so my foot doesn't go forward, because walking is just controlled falling. You're catching yourself during your fall and then continuing to do that. So when your feet don't move, woo, down you go. I've just said body you, and it's taken over, and I have burst into just running. No conscious thought. Burst into as much of a run as I can with my arms, you know, holding bags trailing behind me. My body starting to topple, so my like left leg or right leg can only make small like Scrabble steps. But I'm running. So if I really hit the ground, it's going to be hard. But that running pushes my lower body forward, which gets my upper body going upward, which gets me into a standing position. And then after about 5-6 feet of running, I'm upright and not falling. Now, if I tried to make that decision myself, I'd be face first in the road by the time I figured out, okay, I need to do this. So I listen to my body at times, and last night was one of those times when I didn't go walkies. It was just too cold, and I wasn't feeling very good that way, so I just did not go walkies. Legs felt good. And when I went to bed, I had not a smile on my face, but I had a very happy feeling. And at the same time, I shouldn't jinx this by feeling happy about it. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, that's just magical thinking. So I felt happy and very hopeful. And I slept until about 6:30, 6:45-ish, and then popped awake. That was great. I mean, yeah, it was about 1:30-ish when I fell asleep. So, you know, 5.5 hours of sleep. But oh, it was beautiful and wonderful sleep. Slept all the way through it, wasn't hurting anything, and it was beautiful, beautiful. Now, I cannot promise that that's going to happen every single night, but the fact that it does happen shows that there's hope. So that's definitely a good thing. So I'm very glad, because I was starting to worry. But I've got a remember, this takes time, getting methadone out of your system. It has a very long half-life, unfortunately. But as long as I can sleep periodically in between bouts of insomnia, I'm going to be okay. I'm still going to talk to my doctor, because I've got a whole bunch of things I need to talk to her about. I want to see about getting a cardiac stress test and such like that to make sure my heart's doing okay. I mean, I had a CT scan not that long ago of my entire body here, and they didn't tell me anything looked bad because they were looking for stuff. And so, but hey, that's a good thing. Definitely. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was, for years, I have had the game Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, I've played Return to Castle Wolfenstein because I bought that ages ago. I got the physical disc somewhere. I want to reinstall that and replay that now because I never finished it. And I've played the earlier games. But then there was The New Order, and I kind of wanted to play that, but when I bought it, it was, downloaded through Steam, and for whatever reason, it would not run, ever. I've tried it periodically through the years, and it's never worked. I've had a 64-bit system for a while, which may be part of it, especially since it uses an older version of the id Tech software, and so it's... But finally, for whatever reason, I can't even remember why, I reinstalled it and then said, I'm going to give it another shot. And it worked! It worked! And I am amazed. Oh my God. I'm not very far in the game. And in fact, I played for a long time. Because you go through a World War II sequence with your character, B.J. Blazkowicz. And it's a World War II, alternate World War II, where the Nazis they have robots and all these things that are fighting in the trenches, and you and your World War II boys are going in to try and get rid of General Death's Head, one of the biggest, baddest guys there. And my God, I actually felt more like I was playing an actual World War II game in that sequence, fighting my way through all this stuff. When you're in bombers and you have the crashing planes and you're jumping from plane to plane, and then you crash where at the place where you're landing, and you're infiltrating into these bunkers with the gigantic Nazi death machines walking by. And it felt more like a World War II actual battle than anything I've played since like 2003. And I've played a lot of war games. And I was, voice caught because I actually felt a lot of emotion while playing this game last night. It's over-the-top acting, it's really goofy, and at the end of this long sequence where you finally fight your way into this place, and there's the general, you have this thing, you have to make a decision with who's going to die. And you have to make that decision. Sucked. But at the end of that, you and the survivors are escaping. And then there's an explosion, some shrapnel into your skull, and then it goes into the big Bethesda Presents. And it went into the beginning intro to the game, where the game credits, and it was like, holy shit. I was powerfully affected by it then, and I am tearing up now. Boy, I don't even know if I have a tissue here. And that was amazing then, and it got even more amazing because afterward, when you're fighting your way through, you're recovering from your catastrophic brain injury. And then finally, as the Nazis are breaking into this asylum and killing the doctor and kidnapping his daughter, who were all asylum workers, and just they've been kidnapping and doing experiments on patients for you don't know how long, you managed to break out. And I was, just like I am now, I was I was crying during this thing. And then you find out that, you know, he fought in World War II and 14 years passed while he was recovering from his brain injury. It's now 1960 and the Nazis won. They own the world. And I'm overcome with emotion again. I really like that game a lot. It is making me do things, feel emotions that I have not felt since I played the game Morrowind. When I played the game Morrowind, way back, I was crying at times. Because you're just, in the game Morrowind, there have been a lot of people who've been feeling the call and trying to do this thing. And you're just one of those people who's got these things happening that's pulling you along the same course. You're just one of many. And at one point you come across the cave. I'm really overcome by emotion today. You come across the cave where you find the bodies of many people who were that close to actually becoming the person of the prophecy, but for whatever reason, turned their backs and didn't do it. And you hear their stories. And I was, just like now, I was crying hard. And the fact that this game got me doing that is really good, because it's nice to be able to feel. I mean, I feel, because especially I've got way too much feeling coming in to deal with, which is why I haven't been able to do a lot of reaction videos lately. Well, because I've got my emotional system coming online and trying to deal with stuff that's coming up for the past 35 years. In the past year, I got 35 years worth of memories and emotions to process on a system that's been offline for 35 years. It's not been easy. And so I'm feeling that's one of the problems. But feeling this way while playing a game is something, that's why I played the games. I mean, not always, of course. I play games like Doom just so that I can explode things in horrific ways. In fact, lately I've been playing the game Doom with the Brutal Doom mod, and I've been playing it on excuse me, a very difficult, realistic mode where you take a lot more damage, and when you shoot the bad guys, some of their animations have them just falling back with half their body gone, and they're screaming with blood spraying everywhere. And while that's happening, you can run up and kick them in the face. So it is brutal Doom. And I've been playing a lot of that. You literally paint the walls red. But so I don't always just play things to feel. I also just do it for just getting stuff out. Vicarious emotions and destroying, but playing the game Wolfenstein New Order has been like watching a very cathartic movie. And that's what playing Morrowind was like. It was like watching a very cathartic movie. I now have, and whenever I play Morrowind, it's always seen through the vision of those spectacles now, where I can't think it's not an incredible game. I mean, I know about the glaring deficiency in the engine, the bugs, the problems with this and that, and it's a broken, buggy mess. But at the same time, it is incredible, and everybody in the world should play it. It is like literally watching a very emotionally cathartic movie. At least I found it so. And that's the way it's been playing this game, Wolfenstein The New Order. Now I really, really need to get all the other Wolfenstein games. I mean, hokey smokes. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, sorry for so many tears in this episode. Sorry for so many awkward pauses because of my voice, but I've been really caught up with emotion. Remember what I said, I've been feeling a lot. So when I feel, I'm often overwhelmed entirely. My system has just been offline and is now trying to process stuff. We're getting there, but it's taken time. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I can. Answer as many as I can. There are a lot of comments. I can't even see them all, but I try as best I can. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect isn't intended. I'm an American English speaker. No disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And it's a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibromyalgia, depression, and more, I'm lucky I can remember what I do. I'm getting better, but so let me call my Chrome. All of a sudden my sinus felt like a spike up there in my nose. Yay. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. And Rule, thank you very, very much. Cereal Dust, greatly appreciated. Carson Crab, thumbs up and thank you. Anthony Gale, greatly appreciated. Itanga Nichols, thumbs up and thank you. Phantom Plays, greatly appreciated. And Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Thank you so much for being patient. Thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. Pandora NYC1, thumbs up and thank you. And we have Thomas S. I'm sorry you weren't sleeping either. Jacob Dangler, greatly appreciated. Calamity, thumbs up and thank you. We have Cymix371213, thank you very much. And Chris with an apostrophe, greatly appreciated. Fernando Antonio, thank you very, very much. 17, thumbs up and thank you. Sarah's Random Vids, thumbs up and thank you very much. Caitlin White, greatly appreciated. Rafael Vieira, thumbs up and thank you. Whale Baobid, I am nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Olaf, thumbs up and thank you. Matthew Bulcher, always good to see you in the comments. And Chicken, with a lot of spaces in there. It's C space, H space, that sort of thing. And Angelina Valentine, Valentine. I am so sorry I had so much difficulty with that, and I bet I'm nowhere close, but doing my best. And of course, last but not least, Russian Timing. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. Ow! Oh, my arm is so sore. It still hurts, even now when I hold it up long. So I don't know what I did, but hopefully not gonna hurt forever. Ugh. Wonderful. Anyway, if you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I also have a PayPal link that you could donate to. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you didn't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Yeah. Also, wearing a t-shirt that I'd gotten several years ago from a kind contributor and commenter. I still have some dice that should be somewhere on one of the shelves that was also given to me at that time. So I just wanted to point that out, that this is one of those shirts that was given to me. Thank you very, very much. If you're still watching. Anyway, I've got this video. I had to have another video I need to edit and render. I'm going to get something else done. It appears to be a nice day. Hopefully I can get a walkies video done. That would be very, very cool. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Absolutely. And remember, every day in every way, we are getting better and better.